We're going to start off this 4-ball juggling trick video with a cascade multiplex. Basically, I'm doing a regular cascade, but I'm throwing 2 balls at the same time. The next trick is wimpy. In a wimpy pattern, you're throwing an even number of objects, and you're throwing 2 balls at the same time, and they're crossing hands. It's called wimpy because it's an easier way to juggle an even number of objects. Next up, we have the asynchronous fountain. A fountain is usually what people mean by 4-ball juggling. Asynchronous means that I'm alternating which hand is throwing, and most people find that the async version is easier than the synchronous or sync version. The sync version of the fountain is the next one on the list. Next we have the sync version of columns. I find this trick to be easier than the async version because in the sync version, it feels like you're doing 2 distinct patterns. However, in the async version, it feels like I'm doing 4 different patterns at the same time. The pattern also tends to get pretty wide and it's hard to look at everything. The next trick is under the leg. As usual, the trick is to throw 1 ball high and set up the under the leg throw early. Here's another fountain-based trick. Basically, it's a combination of a fountain and then I do a wimpy throw every so often. So now we have the reverse fountain, where you're going to catch on the inside and throw on the outside. This is surprisingly high on this list because I find the reverse fountain to be really awkward, and then the slightly more difficult variation will be the sync version of the reverse fountain. Now we have one of my favorite 4-ball juggling tricks. This is the rainbow cross. So the 2 balls in the middle just go straight and then the balls on the outside cross overhead. Here we have the half shower, where one hand, my left hand, is doing higher throws and then my right hand is doing lower throws. This is a version of the rainbow cross that I found while I was playing around with it. So basically now the 2 balls in the middle are crossing in addition to the balls overhead. So it's like a smaller version of a wimpy throw and then the larger overhead version of the wimpy throw. The next trick is splits. It's pretty tricky because the balls naturally try to cross each other, so you have to make sure that each throw is really straight. Also, the pattern tends to get pretty wide. This trick is really difficult, and it's called left, left, right, right. As the name implies, you're going to do 2 throws with your left hand and then 2 throws with your right hand. I really like this trick because it is a great way to practice for 5-ball juggling. It feels like juggling 5 balls even though you only have 4 balls. The 4-ball shower is a really difficult 4-ball juggling trick. You have to throw the balls really high and really fast, and the speed combined with the accuracy makes this trick the top of the list. Thanks so much for watching the video. I have tutorials for lots of these tricks, so you should definitely go check them out. Keep juggling and have fun.